How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the skins for this week, and also while we're here, well, then everyone's asking when is Halloween, and the Halloween contest has started. So it's going through its first phase of judging. All submissions were finalized yesterday, so that is it. If you didn't make the deadline, you didn't make the deadline. So they are being judged on by the various different judges. We've got Bugs from Rustify, of course myself, and then we've got some Face Punch employees that had the free time to volunteer and help out and vote. So that is great. We've got Ern and Alistair on there as well as voters from the Face Punch team. So yeah, the judges are going to go through and it's going to get narrowed down to top 10. There's over 100 and something, 120, 130 skins. So that is going to be rough. But don't worry, after the contest skins next week, there will be another week of Halloween skins where Hulk should be picking from anything that didn't make it through the contest. So it could be, up for grabs, could be any of those things. Or possibly if you missed the contest but submitted something Halloween, he might even look into that. We'll just have to see. So anyways, enough of that. Let's get right into our skins this week. We've got some hoodie and pants sets for you, starting with this paratrooper set. And I really love some of the details on this. Like, look at this. It actually kind of looks like wool. I'm glad it's kind of there on the outside and stuff because wool can be itchy. I don't know if you want that, but it looks like there's some kind of undershirt going on here with those dog tags. You've got this nice army green going on, lots of belts, buckles, and pouches. And then on the back here with the hoodie, you got lots of straps going on, probably to get yourself all hooked up into your paratrooper gear, of course. It is definitely a very cool looking set that fits that very military-esque feel that a lot of people love in this game. Next, we got something a little more on the sillier side, and we've got some shark pajamas for you, basically. And it's the comfy shark hoodie and pants. As you can see, they're made to look like kind of like comfy pajamas. And then you've got this big old goofy shark as the hood. Man, I wish we could flip the hoods up. But I think that's something a little bit out of Unity's range. Or at least how things are set up. But hiccup there. We've got a shark fin kind of sitting up there, and then I don't know why the butt cheeks are different colors, but hey, that it is what it is. Definitely a funny little set that I can see a lot of people loving with the popularity of some of the other sets that are goofy, like the bee or the camouflage and stuff like that. Next up, we've got the teen set hoodie and pants, and as you can see, it's kind of, I think maybe it should have been like labeled like pink emo or something. I don't know, but you've got all these little skulls going around. And they've got little bones. There's a Jolly Roger snuck in there every once in a while. And then you've got this like black mesh over the arms going on. And then you got the same thing going down here at the pants. And then I don't know, what is this, some kind of suspenders thing going on? And then the back of the hoodie is laced up. The whole thing just screams like punk and emo kind of vibe. And it's just something really different. And I can see a lot of people liking this for various reasons. Next, we've got our deployables for you this week, starting with a box over here. And if you like the crazy little Hogor, I hope I'm saying that right, on the door, well, now we've got a box for you. It's a continuation in the set from Morpheus. And Morpheus has given it kind of like this very, like, I'd say clean, ironclad kind of look to it. It does look like maybe there's a little bit something up with the ambient occlusion, AOs here, maybe the coloring of the shadow, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Just have to kind of look at that one. But from the top, it definitely looks really great. Yeah, I think that's just something with the AOs right there. But I'm sure if you're watching this video, go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Anyways, we've got a vending machine for you. This is your daily fresh milk products. This is the dairy vending machine by Retro, and as you can see, you can get your milks and so forth. And are those green cards down there? I think they are. So that's pretty funny. We've got, the green key cards hanging out down in there, it looks like, and you can get various milk products. A lot of people like to see the back of vending machines now as a doofus and put it right up against the TC I use for this. But you can see this is hot air, and then there's like a temperature and fluid gauges on the back there. Definitely pretty cool. Lots of little details put into it, and an interesting vending machine. Also, I love the face down here. Anyways, moving on, we've got a very simple fishing door. It is the Fishy door by Vase, and it has a very simple, kind of almost tribal looking fish to it. You go ahead and look on the back, and over here there's more fishies and some waves, and it just kind of has like a very simple kind of tribally kind of fisher village feel to it, so definitely a nice little addition there. Then over here we've got probably one of the only doors I would say that actually looks like it fits with stone rather than it does metal. It almost looks like it's a stone door, and this one has just all sorts of awesome detail to the carving. It is the Door of Truth by Anathan, and I like the handprint. Too bad a coat lock covers that. And of course it is sheet metal, so you know it looks the same both ways, but you can kind of see the shadow kind of makes the eyes and mouth look deeper in a way. I feel like when the light's on it, you don't see that, and then when you've got the shadows on it, like even from here, I thought that was a kind of cool little effect. The shadow, just kind of how it works with it. And then lastly, we've got garage door here for you, and it obviously is labeled the Danger Zone, and you've got like a kind of Vietnam-esque feel to it. It's got the skull with the helmet. We've got two Rust LR and an AK on the side, and some skulls going down the sides of it. And it's kind of got this kind of like army feel to it. Definitely really well done. Love the look of this one. All right, next up, let's get into the tools and weapons, starting with a nice little Rubik's Cube hammer. It's a very simple idea, but it's actually so bright and colorful and wonderful. I actually really love the look of this, and I can see myself grabbing this skin if it made it. It just kind of has a nice, beautiful, bright color to it that kind of brings some happiness to you while you build, because you know you might wake up tomorrow and it won't be there. Moving on, we've got a rock for you, and this one has a gigantic ruby in it, which of course it is called the Ruby Rock. I mean, why wouldn't it be, right? And this ruby just has all sorts of nice, shiny little details to it. I like how it pokes out various pieces of the ore around it, and is this absolutely a beautiful rock. Moving on, we've got a salvage ice pick. This is something we never see too many skins for because they almost never get accepted, but maybe we'll be lucky here. This one is nice and gold and fancy. Helk does like gold stuff, so you never know. Maybe we'll have a chance there. This is the golden ice pick by Jin. And this is very nice, kind of like jade and carved wood handle to it. And then you've got some nice golden fabric wrapped around the gold painted actual ice pick itself. Moving on, we've got a bow for you. This one has a very, very tribal feel to it. Aiming down the side so you can see the various painted cloth and engraved pieces. There's a faint kind of red paint alongside it. And yeah, this one is meant to have a tribal feel, obviously, because it is the Aborigines bow. So it's a continuation of Vitalik set, and I could definitely see this one making it in. It's a quite beautiful bow. Moving on, we've got a DB for you, and it is a toy-themed one. It is the Toy Blaster by Little Ranger, and obviously it is meant to maybe continue a set that existed way back when from someone who may have been banned. And it was sad to see that set go. It has very similar colors with that kind of Nerf vibe going on without jacking the Nerf style. And it also has a continuation of like little flames and stuff, a nice little addition, lightning bolts and so forth from some of Little Ranger's other kind of toyish works. I like the on-off button on it and the little boom, and then you got happy little stars when you're aiming down the sights. And oops, I guess I forgot some shotgun shell. There we go, we'll pop that reload now that we got some. All right, there you have it. Next up, we got a really sick looking python for you. Check this one out. It's this really cool combination of things. It's got like these bone pieces, then there's a flame at the front. It's got like a variety of colors. Aiming down the sides, you can see there is a bright red sight, not glowing of course, and then a little skull under it on the rest of the iron sight, which I thought was quite cool. Then you've got like a gold hammer. And then when we go ahead and reload this sucker, you can take a look at that there. Everyone likes to see the chamber. Boom. And there you have it. Definitely a very unique python for sure. Next up, we've got a couple SARs for you, starting with this one, which is possibly the start to a Pulse set. So we got the Pulse AR last week, and now this is the Pulse SAR. Haha! Oh, you gotta love the play of the name. It just works, and I think that's pretty awesome. Aiming down, you've got that little heart with the pulse going through it, and the little red dots to help you focus. No, they do not glow, and no, the pulse on it does not glow. So go ahead and knock that right out here in the beginning. We'll pop a reload on it. And then some people are asking if this has anything to do with Rustified, because their little thing is like on the pulse of Rust or whatever, and it is just a coincidence. This has nothing to do with Rustified. Moving on, a continuation in the retro set. Everyone loves the Retrowave set. And this one is a nice little beautiful stockless SAR to go along with it. And aiming down the side here, you can see you've got that beautiful sun kind of fade, sunset fade going on in between the iron sights. And then you've got the same thing going on the back of the SAR. It's definitely a very cool one, and this set has been doing really well, so this would be an obvious no-brainer. Moving on, we've got an MP5 for you. This one's called the Ice Witch, and as you can see, it has all sorts of little kind of like ice cracks and stuff going through it. You can really see it on the butt quite well right there. Looks very nice. And yeah, it just kind of has like a cell-shaded kind of feel to it as well. I think it's very different from a lot of stuff we've seen. We haven't had too many MP5s for a while, so I know that's usually something that's quite sought after, so I could see this one doing quite well. I also like kind of the barbed wire-ish thorn plants on the front too, on the front grip there. Definitely a nice little detail. Moving on, we've got a couple of ARs for you. Starting with this one right here is a continuation in the Base Breaker set by Mad, and it's got everything you can expect from it. Little pixelated versions of the helis. Bang, game over, etc., etc. It looks like all three of those hearts got emptied up there. Oh well, that means it is game over indeed. Aiming down the sides, you've got that little digital angry skull guy and some of the mix of the pink and white grid going on there with the pixels. Go ahead and pop a reload, and you can see you're pushing some digital bullets back into there, which looks quite neat as well. I think that's one of the cool little side additions there. Next, we've got another AR for you. There's two different versions. I thought this one looked the best because the paint kind of looks like shiny blood, and I think that would make it kind of cool so that this wing was drawn of the blood of your enemies. But there is a gold version, which looks pretty badass as well, so be sure to check that out in the workshop link. But this is the Wingman AK. Aiming down the sights here, that is the only bit that is a little bit boring. There's nothing much going on, but I really like this kind of like, it almost has like a burnt, faded paint feel to it, and as you move around, it kind of, you know, the light kind of changes a little bit, and I don't know, it's actually kind of cool. I like that kind of charred, worn paint look to it. Then we've got another AK for you, and this one has all sorts of little cool stuff. It is the Aztec Rust AK by Mishka. Aiming down the sights, you've got two glowing eyes staring and judging you, and I really like kind of like, it has that like plant kind of vibe going up at the front between the golden iron sights there, and you've got all kind of like the gems and so forth. But the really cool thing is when this will flip back this way, look, you've got the tank, you've got a car, you've got a heli, right? And then let's see, we've got the lighthouse, cargo, and oh, come on, flip back this way. Was that a furnace maybe? I'm having a hard time seeing, and that last one's covered up pretty well. But anyways, lots of really incredible details to it, and I think that's just absolutely cool. All right, lastly, we've got this beautiful LR for you. If you guys are into like galaxies or the universe, man, this thing is just absolutely beautiful. Necrovacuum did a good job. This is the Galaxy LR. Aiming down the sight, you've got kind of like this engraved little like insignia, and then the actual outer ring has that galaxy, you know, coloration to it, as well as the tip, and then kind of just a regular silver iron sight there. And then look on the side of it here is just really where it glows. This beautiful galaxy to stare off and get lost into. Then we've got an M249 for you. We don't see skins for them too often, and this one kind of has a cool kind of comic-y, like comic book, cell-shaded, I don't know, it kind of looks like something that would belong in like Borderlands or something. I love the look of it. It's got all this crazy stuff going on. Even the bullets are painted. Aiming down the sights, it does get a little bit blurry, but it's kind of hard with the texture sometimes, so I'm not sure if that's something on the artist side or not. And you've got, you know, the alteration of the color there. And I'm not sure if it's a happy face. It's kind of like a, it kind of looks like a smirking turtle, to be honest. I'm not sure what to call it, but definitely a cool looking M2. And our last weapon to check out this week. So guys, that's going to do it. Sound off down in the comment section below which ones you want to see the most, and go check out those Halloween skins I tweeted out, and we will be doing a video of the semi-finalists next week, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching, and you all have a great week. We'll see you on Thursday to let you know which ones made it in.